Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another speed build. So if you haven't watched my previous video yet, which is 100 Baby, episode 14 or so, we went over to Izzy Fabulous's house and we saw that it was in pretty rough shape. It is a small house, like it's a starter house, I'm pretty sure, that came with Island Living, but Izzy had a wife, a kid, and by the time I got to this renovation, his wife had given birth to twins. So at this point, his family is four Sims in this household, and there was only one bedroom with a single bed. So I thought I have to change this for my own sanity because I'm pretty sure that I told myself that I was gonna line Izzy Fabulous up as the next baby daddy. I mean, we'll see. He's a famous sim, so it might be a little hard to woo him. And I'm guessing we should probably just paint more so that we can become famous as well. And maybe it won't be so hard then. But if it's just too much for me to handle, like if it takes too much time, then I probably just won't do it at all. Either way, I was planning on spending more time at this house in general, so that's why I decided to renovate it. And also, it just makes me feel good to renovate houses in a save file that, I don't know, possibly like later if I wanted to play in this, not doing the 100 Baby challenge, then the houses will look a little bit better. So anyway, moving on to the house, I just decided to keep it pretty much the same shape. I just wanted it to take up more of the lot physically and give them some indoor plumbing. I don't know if you saw in the first few seconds of the clip, but there was an outdoor bathroom, like an outhouse, that I kind of just didn't want to mess with. Like, I thought it was a cute touch for maybe a starter home and like a house like all the way out here, but I think it's appropriate for them to have indoor plumbing with Izzy Fabulous being a famous sim. I mean, I don't know. I guess in my mind, I was thinking if he lives all the way out here, maybe he just wanted to get away from the spotlight. So I just wanted to build him something that was appropriate for, I guess, the amount of money that he would have being a famous sim. Overall, my goal was just to make sure that this house had enough space for four sims. So that included a master bedroom, a kid's bedroom, and a nursery. I don't think I'm going to edit this house beyond that, like when the infants grow up or when the newborns become infants. I'm not going to keep up with this house and edit it along the way, like renovate it for them. I just wanted this to be a good, sensible house for four people, like a family of four, to live in for the time being. So everything in the middle here is going to be the living, dining, and kitchen space. And then off to the sides will be the bedrooms. So when you first walk in, I had mapped out the floor plan to have a shared bathroom on the right, the kids' room on the right top corner, and then the infants' nursery to be up there towards the back. And then down the hall off of like the kitchen and dining space in the living room would be the master bedroom and the master bathroom. So pretty simple layout all in all, but I really like this house and the way that it turned out because right now I've been building a lot of like bigger houses and just on bigger lots in general. It's really nice to come back to something small and simple and be able to knock it out in, I think this was about 2 hours. Which is really funny because I remember while I was building or renovating this house, I was on the phone with my friend who I talk to pretty frequently. They live in another state, and so that's how we keep up, is we just talk to each other on the phone like once a week or twice a week. It really just depends. Sometimes not at all, but that's just because we're adults and we have busy lives. But we were on the phone, and while I'm editing this video, it was so funny. I had already sped it up, but I forgot to get rid of the audio. So listening to us talk, it sounded like we were Animal Crossing characters. It was so cute. Like I had to like keep it in for the duration that I watched it back because I just wanted to listen to the entirety of it. I thought it was funny. And so keeping with the Island Living theme, I decided to use most of the items from Island Living for the house. So that included the counters, a lot of stuff in the bedrooms and like the furniture, like the living room furniture, desks, all that. But you'll see all that. And then also the wood and the wallpapers. Well, the outside wallpapers. I used, I think it's koa or curly wood. There's two wooden floors that come with island living. But I decided to make the floor like a grayish white because that's kind of like, I guess now, that's like the marker for like an updated home is gray flooring. So I wanted to do that because I feel like Izzy Fabulous would probably have that in like his updated home. See, I used all of the island living furniture right there. I wanted to make it work, and after changing the swatches of a few of these items, I felt like, yeah, this definitely works, and I went with like kind of like a pastel theme, like lots of pinks and blues and like light wood in certain places. And then there are some other areas that I used like a richer, redder wood, but mostly because like it fits the island living theme. So I think both of those wood tones met in the middle to be like, this is a modern island home. But also, like, this is at the base of the volcano. I have no idea why Izzy Fabulous would move here. So, in keeping with, like, the pastel theme, I wanted every single thing in this house to kind of bring the blue and the pink out, which I know you guys already saw that I changed the swatch of the kitchen counters to, like, that blue top, which I've never, ever used before. And this is the only house that I can think of that I've ever built where it would be appropriate to have blue countertops. And I had no idea that this bookshelf here came in a pink swatch. I am so happy that it does though, because it's an island living, excuse me. It's a city living bookshelf. And I don't use that one too often either. I think I used it in like my Star Sign Legacy house, but only in the black swatch because it's really sleek. But I'm glad that I found it in the pink swatch because I think it fits really well with this house. It looks like super modern, or something that like someone would own if they wanted a bookshelf to take up a bunch of space. I like that bookshelf a lot for that because it's so wide. And then I made the entire bathroom pink in the shared bathroom, and then I tried to do the same thing here in the ensuite. I tried to make everything pink as well because I don't get to use pink that often, although I am playing Not So Berry in my spare time. And I think I just got to the orange gen. Yeah. So I played through a lot of the plum gen, like while I was sick. And I finally got to the point in plum gen where I divorced. I divorced my spouse, and I'm already thinking of like a good storyline of how to bring them back together. But yeah, I actually haven't played Not So Berry in a really long time, so it was nice to go back and play Plum Gen and make a little progress. So yeah, if you guys have not played Not So Berry as a challenge, like on your own, definitely recommend it. It's super fun. And because like you guys have seen some of my other content, you know that I'm very goal oriented. I've said it before. So doing challenges like Not So Berry it's always fun for me. Plus there's like a little bit of story involved in it as well. And then with the kitchen, I just wanted to expand on it a little bit more, and I moved the dining area over a little bit just because I realized there was this big empty space in between like the living room and that back wall there. It is a little tight with the desk in the corner, but I think your Sims can route around that. I'm not going to play test this, but I wish I wanted to, but I'm going to be so honest with you guys. Because this is not a house that any of my Sims live in, I'm not going to test it out. But we'll see. You know, if we ever come back, we can see if Imelda can get through those like little spaces. And you know what I forgot to do now that I'm thinking about it? I forgot to put anything crazy valuable in here. I feel like I should go back and do that just because I want Imelda to have things to steal. Who knows? Maybe I'll add in a few things here and there before I upload this to the gallery. Or maybe I'll just upload this version to the gallery and then I'll put in some things that Imelda can steal later. And I couldn't remember if their grown kid was a toddler or a child, but either way, if the kid is a toddler and there aren't any things in the house suited for a toddler, I already gave myself a hard line that I'm not going to go back and edit too much with this house, except for the exception that I'm going to put some stealable things in here, and that's it. Anyway, I don't think I have too much left to say about this house, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch the rest of the speed build, and I will catch up with you in a few minutes to show you what the house looks like in game. All right, y'all, so here's what it looks like in game, and as you can see, Rykerr is still hanging out outside like he was when we left him. And yeah, this just confirmed that Rykerr is not a child, he is a toddler, and the kid's bedroom I put in this house is not really gonna suit him at all. But that's okay. We won't be playing with his family ever, so it doesn't bother me. And so, yeah, let's go to the front here. As you can see, I try to use as much island living as possible. Columns, plants, wallpaper, flooring, all that. And these little hanging lights that I never, ever use, probably because they stick out so much, but I think they are really nice on this house. When you first come in, there's just like a small little entrance. And then off to the left, there's the kitchen. And then to the right, you have the shared bathroom, and then here are the two kids' rooms. So infant's room on the left, and then Ryker's room on the right. So let's look at Ryker's room. I really like the color scheme in here. I mean, it's mostly just blue and light wood, which I like. And I just envisioned that maybe Rykerr, whenever he grows up to be a kid, he'll be into like scouts or something. And he has like a small desk with like a hobby board above it, full-length mirror on the wall there, and I actually really like this swatch, or just the bed in general. I like this bed from Island Living. I think it comes in a lot of really good colors. Let's go to the infant's room. I went ahead and just put them in here next to the cribs, but it is a little squished now with them in here. Yeah, I really like it. It's simple, it's neutral. Yeah, not much to it. Minimal decoration. And then with the kitchen, I just made it a simple L shape and gave it like a center island made up of those corner pieces. And that bookcase that you remember I was talking about before. I like how it takes up the whole space here. It just makes sense. And here is the dining, living, kind of catch-all area. Again, I tried to use as much island living as possible in this house, even though this like dining set isn't like the nicest. I think it goes well with the house. And also this little, ooh, oh my gosh. Also this little fruit bowl I love so much. It's a cute little pineapple. Here is Izzy Fabulous on his computer. I gave him a nice computer just because they probably would have one. And his wife here, Sayori, I think that's her name. Yeah, she's wearing some custom content, if you couldn't tell. I feel like every time a sim wears this dress, they also have to wear that like accessory top I have in my custom content. I don't know. Yeah, so I just went with the pink and the blue again in here. And there are some other colors like orange and green, which can be seen repeated on the wall here. I also gave them that fancy picture frame TV because that's definitely a thing they would have. And a kids activity table over here. I probably should have decorated this corner a little bit more, but I don't really care to. Here is the master bedroom. I really, really like this swatch on this bed and how the painting kind of corresponds with the same colors. I love it. Yeah, this is also a really simple room, but I really like it. And here's this ensuite. Yeah, pink and blue again and again and again. I think most of this is base game. Except for the mirror. That's the only thing. Oh, I didn't show you the shared bedroom. Let's go. Super fast. Yeah, it's basically the same room, but yeah, I like it. There's a shower and a tub in here. So whenever the kids become infants, they can get bathed over there. Let's go outside, and as you can see, we have like a little barbecue area with a 4-seater table. This barbecue I love so much. I'm pretty sure that's Jungle Adventure, but yeah, I thought it fit this house as well. And then you just have like a tiny little fenced off area which will lead you up the mountain to the volcano, but we're not going there. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, just so you know whenever I put another video up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!